Hey YouTube, it's Cantaloupa. If you want more MotoAmerica content, check out the new and vastly improved MotoAmerica Live Plus app. It's the only place you can catch all the race action in one place all season long. Click the link in the description below.
They qualified in the drive as Gerardo, Schultz, and Scott on the front row.
And I expect good things from Maxi today. He didn't get to ride yesterday from a problem. PJ Jacobsen there in fourth. Mesa, another guy I'm expecting good things. And Teague Hobbs coming in here very confident. Tamburini, Lewis, and Blake Davis. Then we have Dave Anthony, who's shown some good speed. Torrin Collins as well. And Kayla Yakov in 12th. Max Van, Linares, and Nisani are going to round out row 5. Then we have Owen Williams, Carl Soltis, and Enriquez. Bickney's, Rivera, LaRoche, Grigg, Farrell, who was amazing in the rain yesterday. See if Jason can get up there today. Erstein just outside that row. Davis, Jansen, Horney, DeLeon, Jake Vandal. Saw him tip over yesterday, so hopefully he'll be okay. Seathall just outside there as well. Ullman, Booth, Gorman, and Mullins. Greg, big full field here, 34 riders.
We'll see how this goes. 11 laps scheduled in this race. We're off and running. To turn 1 we go, and you can see the number 11, Matthew Schultz, shifting through the gears, but he's going to get swallowed up by a few people after that start. And it could be the number 70, Vision Wheel Import Star Suzuki's Ty Scott, who leads us into 1. PJ Jacobsen on that Rahal Ducati moto with the Expel V2 right behind him.
Now, sadly here, it wasn't the greatest start for Matthew Schultz, so we'll see if he can kind of get himself up there. As you see, Mesa now stuffs his way into 3rd on that Kawasaki. He gets by Gerardo as well. But this is where you'll start to see the drafting and repassing of riders coming down the hill, going down towards turn 5. Ty Scott, who is eager to try to get a race win this year. We've seen a couple of mistakes out of the 70. I expect him to do good things as well today. PJ Jacobsen, Mesa continue to hold on to those spots. Schultz there in 5th behind Gerardo as they head up the hill the first time. It looks like also, Greg, Teague Hobbs 6th, Lewis, there's Tamburini on that MV Agusta as well, just in the top 8.
It's a tight field, and really it's the second half of this track that separates riders, and we'll see who's going to be able to stick with each other onto that front straightaway. But here we go, we're heading off to the carousel, and a little bit of bike lengths between some folks, but you can see PJ trying to find a way around the number 70. We're going to get into the hard-braking chicane area, and we'll see if there's any passes for the lead. A good drive from Ty Scott. Legs out sideways, and it looked like Schultz had made a move and a bid on Gerardo for 4th place. Good run from Ty Scott as he has a look over his shoulder, casually seeing a yellow bike in his vision.
Yeah, I think for Matthew, he just wants to try to keep himself up with those front 4. Let's see if Gerardo, Max is trying to go back up underneath. Nope, he's going to just do a very smart thing, pull into the back there. Matthew Schultz, you know, and it wasn't like, unfortunately for Max yesterday in that top pro team, they had a little bit of bad luck. That bike wasn't run in those wet conditions, but it wasn't like they lost a lot of anything because of the weather yesterday. He didn't lose laps because today is obviously drastically different. So I still expect him to be a factor in this race, as Teague Hobbs also. You can see these top 6 bikes pulling away ever so slightly, and Tamburini has managed to get himself up into 7th on that MV Agusta with Blake Davis just behind him right now.
Schultz looking for some room in 4th. Is going to make a move on the 37 Mesa. They're side by side through 1, but he'll get that position. But Hanalopa, the number 37 on the Tytler cycle machine, is looking really good right now on his Kawasaki.
Stefano Mesa is, and he's hanging in there. You mentioned the second half of that track really separates riders, and Mesa said he's a little bit slower than the rest on the bottom end as far as power goes. He's got good top end speed, but he's struggling to get out of the corners, so he needs to carry some more speed to go with the boys. He said it's going to be tough, but it's optimistic. He's trying to hang in there right now as Matthew Schultz makes a pass up the inside.
Yeah, and he certainly does. He's going for the lead straight away, and that's going to leave Ty Scott kind of hung out in no man's land. But PJ gets it all kinds of sideways on acceleration, not able to get a drive and take advantage of the position that Ty Scott had. All led by Strack Racing Yamaha R6 of Matthew Schultz.
Mesa.
And Mesa going for 3rd, and he stands up for a moment. PJ Jacobsen takes the spot. Boy, Mesa so tight in the draft. And here they come, gangbusters. Are they going to get around him? No, but they are able to close the gap on Matthew
gets
Schultz.
by Mesa there, Greg. So PJ had the advantage of a triple bike draft in front of him, and he was able to make that pass. Mesa's going to go stuffing it right back up the inside as they get to turn 3 for Matthew Schultz, Greg. Both these riders in the front both feel like their bikes don't come off the corners quite as good as we have a red flag. Oh, and it's going to be Torrin Collins' bike is blown up, Greg, going down towards turn 5. So MotoAmerica probably wants to go check for fluids. Yeah, you're going to see it in the screen. 11th place was Torrin Collins at the time, and you can see he is also right on the back of that lead group. So
we're getting ready to go. You can see riders leaning forward, putting the bikes in gear. And away we go. And it looks like the 161 of Maxi Girardo got a much better launch than he did in the first start. But it's a drag race between a couple of GSXR 750s down to turn number 1. And it's going to be Girardo who leads the way on the Top Pro Racing GSXR 750. What a start. Onto the front straightaway we go, and the train of riders all looking for drafting and passing maneuvers.
We got another red flag, Craig. So another red flag, unfortunately. So when you start talking about heat cycles, now these bikes, now these tires got some real heat cycles under them. So
here we go, 7 laps in this restarted race number 2 for Supersport. And boy, Matthew Schultz got a horrible start as the bike started to go up and down.
And I saw Ivan Rivera there had his arm up, Greg. He looked like he had a problem off the start, just so people know who that was. Ty Scott is going to lead PJ Jacobsen, or try to lead him down here into turn 6. PJ trying to turn it up underneath him, get that bike sideways. Ooh. Doesn't quite get there. The other guy that we've seen is getting another little break here. PJ Jacobsen and Stefano Mesa along back up to those guys. The group behind are doing it at the same time as Matthew Schultz is able to draft past that GSXR 750,
wow,
Greg, and put himself in a spot to outbreak him into 1, and that's exactly what he did.
Now we've seen Schultz draft and pass before, and he kind of sits
that time he sat up a little bit. So.
Interesting.
And there's PJ. So now PJ's decided, all right, I gotta go try to do something now myself.
Rahal Ducati Moto with expel. White flag is out there, 3 wide. Schultz gets by. So does PJ Jacobsen. And PJ's trying to lean on Schultz, but he doesn't have position. So Matthew goes by in turn number 1. Girardo trying to find some room up the inside. He's going to put PJ back to 3rd. And Schultz is leading the way. And PJ spinning it up onto the front straightaway. Schultz in the draft, as is Ty Scott. Here they come to the line. They're cresting the hill. It's anybody's guess to the line. And it's 3 wide. It's got to be Ty Scott. Ty Scott comes from 3rd in a perfect drafted pass maneuver. On our timing and scoring screens, though, it shows Matthew Schultz right now, but it's going to be a photo finish. It has PJ Jacobsen, 0.009 in 3rd.
Look at this finish, Greg. Look at this finish, and you can tell. I think it is. Oh, wow. I don't even know.
I don't know.
Look at this finish, and you can tell. I think it is. Oh, wow. I don't even know.
I don't know.
I can't.
Where's the line? Is it? Well, look, if you're a fan of close racing, you found your mecca, because I don't even think it was 0.001, but that's what we're going to give Ty Scott over Matthew Schultz. And that leading edge, PJ Jacobsen right there as well, 100th of a second behind.
A really good plan for that young rider, and he's going to have to, you know, kind of rebuild his confidence a little bit. He's had some really big crashes in these races this year from the lead and trying to check out. So when you get in the lead and you start asking yourself, how hard do I push? I don't want to crash again. So Tyler could easily go on a run from here.
Yeah, he could, and he mentioned that in the interview they have a new plan, that he really just needs a bike that's easy to race with. He doesn't need a bike that's the fastest.